Hi, AJ. Good morning. Oh, Tease, you're up early. What's up? I'm just making myself some breakfast. I'm gonna have some oatmeal and coffee because I'm mature like that. Sorry if I sound a little not as loud as usual. I woke up like 3 hours ago, but like maybe 20 minutes ago, I actually just got out of bed. So that would explain the stubs. This is a life update video, so it's not like my regular ass vlogs that I do. It's a bit different. It's mostly just me complaining about my real life stuff, so it might be a little boring. So sorry in advance. Yeah, I don't need such a big bowl. I'll take one of the tinier bowls. I don't even know what I should start with. I mean, obviously, you guys already know. I'm making oatmeal. I'm waiting for the water right now. I'm not happy with my job at the moment. I wish I could do something else, but I'm trying to really run it out, I guess. It's pretty irritating. Wi-Fi. You gotta get better Wi-Fi, AJ. What are you doing? I'm just. Really? I don't know. I guess I have to hold my phone then, because it could be. It could just be being stupid, I guess. Not sure. But yeah, I'm kind of pissed about work lately. So a couple weeks back, a couple months back actually. Let me go all the way back. At the start of this school year, because I work in a school, um, I was planning on getting transferred to a different school because I'm like not a fan of my current manager. He's a complete fucking dickhead, and I literally fucking hate this man's guts. And I was told by one of the higher ups that, oh no, that's no issue. We can definitely transfer you to a different school, but we need to employ more people first. And what I wanted to say was, that's not my problem. You guys are the ones that can't fucking keep employees because you let your fucking managers treat people like shit. Fucking berating them on a regular basis and only actually coming out to supposedly, but not really do any work when people above them are in and they have a chance of fucking getting in trouble. Why are you up so late then? Go back to sleep. You can always watch this later. It'll be posted. Don't worry. Get some sleep. But I've been working under this dude for almost 3 years now. And of course, at first, with any job, the manager's probably gonna seem real nice and this, that, and the third. Good night, AJ. Get some sleep. Don't stay up. Go sleep. Go sleep. But they always seem nice at first and real friendly and this, that, and the third. And of course, I was naive. I was like, new job, new environment, new job responsibilities. It'll be fine. It'll be fun. I've never worked in a school before. I don't hate kids. I don't mind kids as long as they're not dicks to me. I won't be dicks to them. You know, common sense, point blank, period. It's not a big deal. And we were actually cool with each other mutually at one point, to where he actually felt comfortable enough to invite me over to his house for like a little Christmas potluck thing that he had. And I'd never been invited to anything like that before. So I was like, oh shit, you know what? He might actually be cool. So I went. It was fine. I actually had fun. It was actually nice. The decorations were nice. Not that it matters, but he's gay. Like, people can be dicks and not be gay. It doesn't matter. It's not about him being gay, but he's kind of I want to, trust me. Like, not even banana peels, like fucking spike strips, count drops, some. Because I don't know. I just don't. I don't recall when things between the two of us got sour, because I never started acting any different than I did when I first started working for the company, when I was working under him. Sure, I've been doing different things at the job. Like, we have different stations. Like, there's a station that prepares cold, fresh salads every day. There's one that does cold sandwiches. There's one that does hot sandwiches. There's one for pizza. And then there's one for hot food. Like spaghetti and lasagna roll ups and Salisbury steak and mashed potatoes and uh, different types of chicken, like chicken tenders, popcorn chicken, chicken nuggets. School food shit, you know? And it went from me being one of the people on one of these other stations to me eventually, quote unquote, rising up in the ranks and getting promoted to being a cook. So I'm the person. I'm the lunch lady that's making the hot food. Like, I'm the one making the holiday dinners and preparing the mashed potatoes and the hot vegetables and the whatever hot food you would get when you go to school. That would be what I make. I'm not making the pizza. I'm not making the salads. I'm not making the cold sandwiches. I cook the chicken patties. I cook the burgers. I cook the hot food, excluding pizza. This was never something I asked for. I was grateful for it, kinda, but it wasn't something that I had exclusively expressed that I wanted to be a part of. And the thing is that he's very nitpicky, annoying, over the top, very in your face about everything for no particular reason. He's extremely petty. I didn't realize this a year and some change ago, before I got this promotion. Because he'd always have like his little jokes and, you know, this, that, and the third. And I just kind of, oh, haha, you're so funny. That sort of thing. Like, I'd kind of just wave it off. And since I'd been dealing with it for, 2 years straight now, in almost 3. Like, I'm only a couple months shy of hitting 3 years with the company. And I've only ever worked exactly. Like, I didn't ask to be a cook. I didn't ask to get promoted. Sure, I'm grateful that you think I can handle it. Cause I mean, I'm fucking good at what I do. You know, like majority of jobs that I've worked, it's no issue for me. I'm pretty good at adjusting to job tasks. You let me know what I need to do, let me get in a little bit of practice, and consider it done. There's no, ah, this is too difficult. I can't handle it. I can't do this. Like, no, I'm gonna fucking buckle down and I'm going to get it done. Now, after this graciously given promotion, you know, which the only person at my job site or my unit that they're called that was capable aside from himself, who obviously had no intention of trying to do it himself, even though he has, the medal for it, the license and everything. He he wussied out. He wussied out. Sometime during the early part of my second year with the company, we had a couple different people be the cooks. I don't recall if any of these people had surf save licenses. I didn't ask any questions. At that point, I was still just a grunt. I'm here to do my work and I'm here to go the fuck home. Like, I'm here to make whatever I'm supposed to make, work my 8 hours, and take my ass home. I cared a lot less then. The kids were different, the employees were different. Not everyone, but the more important people that I interacted with were different at the time. I ain't got no lasagna roll ups. Otis, I'm sorry. But it, we had, when I first started, there was an old African lady that was the cook. Then after her, it was this lady that I got cool with. She was really nice to me. Then she got promoted and moved to a different school. Promoted and moved to a different school. And then we had some black guy as our cook. Yeah, so there was one guy. So we had 3 cooks. 3. In my not total 2-year career with the company, we had 3. The very first one, she was working in that school before he started working for the company. He worked for the company a year, had her as his cook for a year, and then she got moved to a different school because she was being lazy and cutting corners and this, that, and the third. Right? She's being lazy and cutting corners. You only have but so much time to make X amount of food uh for however many students we have overall, because we have to, us as the cooks, we have to make a certain amount of meals per day to cover our overall student population. So for us, I'm told it's 600, but it could fluctuate. It could be 600, 650, 700, depending on if every single student on the entire school roster actually comes to school and every single one of them decides to eat lunch. I am a lunch lady, though. Don't you see my bonnet? It's not provided by work. This is my own personal one, but I do have moles. They're just, you can't see them on camera though. At least 50 to be a lunch lady. I just haven't. I ain't got enough time in with the company yet. This is how it starts. You start young, and then eventually you evolve into the classic lunch lady. I have no intention of becoming a classic lunch lady, though. I'm gonna tell you that right now. The job itself, I don't mind. It's not hard. I've been a cook for an entire year and some months. So the the actual job itself isn't an issue. But back to me uh, recalling the previous cooks. So the first lady was kicked, or not kicked. She still works for the company. She's just at a different school. She's not working for him anymore. She was cutting corners and being lazy. The cook right after her, they were actually very close. He still talks about her to this day. She was the best cook I ever had, and this, that, and the third, and blah, blah, blah. And yet, she isn't your cook anymore. If she was so good at her job, why isn't she still here doing it? If she didn't do anything wrong and you had no issue with her, she was always on time, she was everything you wanted in a person for this position, why is she no longer in it? Why is she no longer cooking? From what I can remember, there was never anything wrong with her. It's just that the company needed more people with her qualifications at a different location. So she got promoted to manager and moved to a different school to be the cook and manager at a different school. I don't remember if her school is a middle school like I work in that has a mid-range amount of students, or if she's at a smaller school like an elementary school. I work at a middle school, so I'm serving 6th to 8th graders. The elementary schools are like, I don't remember, 5th and below, I suppose. Just not to kindergarten. I don't fucking remember. But and then we had a guy as a cook. He didn't last very long at all. And I want to say that was, or no, this is what I remember. He was late fairly often, which for someone that's supposed to start at 6 a.m. and you have to have your meals prepared and out to be served before the first lunch starts, you gonna need every fucking minute you can get, okay? Especially depending on the time of year. Like next week, we got the holiday meal coming up for Thanksgiving before we go on Thanksgiving break. It's supposed to be turkey and mashed potatoes and green beans and some sort of dessert. And did I say mashed potatoes? Turkey, green beans, mashed potatoes. I think last year we had stuffing, but I don't think they're adding it this year. Um, but back to the point. He was okay at first. I don't believe that he had a Surf Safe license either. I didn't have one when I got promoted to cook either. I cooked illegally for an entire school year. An entire school year. I worked without a Surf Safe license. But not once did I get, oh, well, if you're not careful, you might get fired. This, that, and the third. At that point, I'm going to keep my mouth shut because you're doing it and I don't have to. You're the only person I can trust to get this done. You're my most, what was it? You're my most reliable employee. You're always on time. You never take off. The whole spiel. You know. You're my most trusted employee, and you're always here when I need you, and this, that, and the third, and blah blah blah. Bro, it's it's not hard. It's not difficult. It's not hard. It's literally, I come in at 6 a.m. I pull some shit out the freezer. I put it in the oven. I put it in some pans. Maybe throw some sauce on it or some seasoning. And then put it out in a different section of the kitchen to be served. What the fuck is hard about that? Sure, I gotta make multiple amounts of different things to be seasoned or not seasoned and put out to serve, but the basics of it is not hard. The the minor details, the little minor details, the freaking paperwork, the temping, the cooking times, and uh, the overall running around, that could be a bit of a toss up. But, for, I would believe, most young people my age, that's no issue. I can be on my feet all day. It doesn't really bother me. It, it's work. That's kind of what it is. Like, it's like, I can't believe I gotta stand up and move around all day. I mean, that's kind of what work is, unless you work in, like, I guess an office, or you work somewhere where you can sit down all day. I would believe that majority of jobs you gotta walk around a little bit and stand. Like, all my jobs, I don't think I've had any jobs where I've actually been sitting down to do my job. Like, my very first job, I worked at Sears. I'm one of the people that are roaming around the store rearranging the clothes and shit. The only time I got to sit down was when I decided to sneak off to take naps in the freaking changing room, because it was that hard to stay awake because the store was always dead. If it wasn't if it wasn't Christmas time, if it wasn't Christmas time, the store was dead. There was almost never anybody around. Like, it was just quiet and boring. But I didn't mind it. I had cool coworkers at the time, so I didn't really care. At least most of them were cool. What was the job I had after that? It's been so long. I literally only have real vivid memories of my first job, because all of the other ones kind of sucked. And yes, F's in chat for Sears indeed. Got to make my koofy real quick, because my water's ready. Got my brown sugar oatmeal right here. I got off the rails again. Hold on. Shit. I forgot what I was saying. I was talking about my first job. What was I talking about before that? I think I lost it. Shit. Yeah, so the job itself, I've gotten used to it. It's not hard. It can get overwhelming because he's always trying to give me more than I can do just being one person. No, no, no. I ain't got a burrito to even give you. I got like a grilled chicken bacon ranch sandwich I got from Sheets last night. It's mostly eaten. You can have that, but I mean, I ain't got no burrito for you. Oh, peace. I'm sorry. No. If I had a burrito right now, I'd be eating it. You ain't getting that shit. That's on me. I'm eating that. Water. Like, I. The job itself was fine. When I first started being a cook, sure, it was a little difficult because I was still, trying to get the reins on everything. But after I after I got everything down pat, it was no issue. The only times I'd ever bother him, the manager, was about things I didn't know how to make. Because majority of the time we'd make like I don't even think I can put a number on how many different things we made. It's not like a super wide and colorful menu. Sometimes it just feels like it's the same five things prepared three different ways for different days of the week, different times of the year, that sort of thing. And it probably is, honestly, because they always want to make stuff sound new and fresh, like buffalo chicken dippers. Buffalo chicken dippers ain't shit but chicken tenders with hot sauce. That's all that shit is. Like, a barbecue chicken bowl is fucking popcorn chicken with fucking barbecue sauce with corn and mashed potatoes. A bootleg famous bowl with barbecue sauce instead of gravy. Mozzarella and tomato panini. It's fucking flatbread dough with fucking mozzarella cheese and sliced tomatoes. This baked in the oven till the cheese melts. With some seasoning on the top of the bread. Oh my god, that's so fresh and original. Oh, how did you think of that? Like, come on, be serious. I honestly don't. I don't care that much. I probably wouldn't mind a sit down job at this point, but I don't know. I don't know what I want in a new job. I just want something that I can enjoy without being pestered. Like, when I tried to get transferred, I knew it would be better for me because I wouldn't be dealing with him. The kids aren't the issue. I'm not the issue. It's him. It's fucking him. I have no trouble with the kids that go to my school. Majority of them, me and them, we're like this. We're fucking tight. They have to have certain things when they get their lunch, right? They got to have whatever the hell they're actually eating, their main meal or their entree, one fruit or a veggie, and a milk. That's all they got to get. Majority of the time, they just want to get their food and a milk, and that's it. But per the company, they need to have all of their components. They can have a maximum of two fruits or two veggies, but they have to have a minimum of one or the other, along with a milk and their entree. Now, with him, he likes to use he likes to use scare tactics. Well, if you don't get this and if you don't get that, I'm gonna charge you for it. You can't charge them for something that they're not taking. If they're getting 3 fruits or 3 veggies, it would make more sense because they're getting something extra. If they are not taking that specific thing at all, how are you supposed to charge them? The only thing he accomplishes with doing that is making the kids angry, and it makes them dislike him because he's being a fucking piece of shit. Me, I use my stunning, nice, cool personality to, make myself seem like a regular ass person, not just some stuck up ass adult that works this job and hates my fucking life. Because majority of the time, what am I gonna get all hostile with the kids for? The hell I look like having some kid be angry at me for what? When I can just be nice. Why would I not want to be nice? I don't know you. I don't know your background. I don't know what you might be going through. For all I know, you could be getting bullied at home, bullied at school, bullied by your teachers. I don't fucking know. The hell do I look like trying to threaten you with financial ruin because you didn't grab a fruit or a veggie? And not always. We don't always have bananas on tap. We gotta order those. Sometimes we get bananas, but not always. Because apparently threatening kids with calling their parents because they didn't get a fruit or a veggie is enough to make them do what you want. No, the fuck it's not. Because guess what? They're gonna either laugh in your fucking face or they're gonna get smart with you, and then that's gonna make you upset because now they're disrespecting you. And guess what? They still didn't grab what you wanted them to grab. You literally just wasted your own time and you made yourself upset. That's all you did. That's literally all you did. You made yourself upset. You upset them, and now they're probably going to take it to their parents, which means that the parents probably going to call you. Then you're going to get into some sort of argument with them. Then you're going to have to tell the higher ups, and the higher ups are going to tell you, well, you can't get into altercations or arguments with the kids' parents, and this, that, and the third, and all these other bullshit. They do, but guess what? The kids will hear these names. They don't give a fuck what the hell it's called. Buffalo chicken dippers, freaking sliced Italian turkey sandwiches, hot turkey sandwiches. We have a turkey dinner today with a side of brown gravy and corn. They will still walk through that damn line. Look at the damn food. Ew, what is that? That's gravy. Ew, what is that? That's cheese. Oh, that looks disgusting. They don't care. They don't give a fuck what the hell it's called. They still gonna say that. Sure, it hurts my pride a little bit because I get up at 5 something every morning to get into this fucking place to make this shit for some of y'all's ungrateful asses. But you know what? It makes me feel better when I can see some of the students that I actually get along with that respect me as an individual, not just an adult, somebody that can tell them what to do, just as an individual. Me as Miss Airy, the lunch lady, the nice lunch lady. Them coming to me, saying hello, giving me hugs, that sort of thing, even though we're technically not allowed to make physical contact with them, it's a fucking hug. I'm not like, ooh, oh, your skin is so soft. Like, I'm not being weird. Give them a little shoulder hug, a nice tap. All right, go on, eat your lunch, have a good day, that sort of thing. I'm not being weird about it. And the fact that they had to make that a bigger deal than it actually was means that they have hired people in the past that have gotten a little too handsy with the fucking students. So they're just trying to tell everybody overall, and it's in the handbook, no physical contact with the students, no accepting gifts, no giving gifts. Just do your job, that sort of thing. Listen, back when I was in fucking school, lunch ladies were definitely the people you wanted to be cool with. Not just because you get free shit, but because that's somebody that you have a small amount of contact with that can still help you overall. Because who the hell is going to think that a lunch lady will raise hell about a student being fucking picked on? Like, they don't want to tell their teachers because majority of the time the teachers aren't going to fucking do anything. Oh, you know, Miss Airy, or like one of my kids looked upset coming through the line one day. I'm like, hey, what's going on? You're not as happy as you normally are today. Oh, I'm not having a good day today. I'm just really upset about this, that, and the third. Well, tell me what's going on. Oh well, I'm being picked on and this, that, and the third. I'm like, do you know their name? Well, yeah, you aren't gonna tell anybody, are you? I'm gonna have to. I'm not gonna mention your name at all, but I'm just gonna say that there were some students, not just one, some students that have brought it to my attention that this specific kid has been knocking their trays over or stealing things off of their plate or doing this, that, and the third. I'll false report the fuck out of somebody that's messing with one of my fucking kids. You know why? Because I don't fuck with bullies. Bullies are fucking dickheads. Fuck every single one of them. The hell I look like letting a kid that I get help go unhelped. I know that's not a word, but the fuck I look like standing idly by when I actually have the power to help them or to do something, to bring attention to the situation, to have that person be watched or kept an eye on. Like, all of the kids that I'm cool with are fucking sweethearts. They're very sweet. Very, very sweet, good fucking kids. If I could actually legitimately give them nice squeeze bear hug type shits, I'd fucking do that. I've only done it with one student, and that's because I thought I was actually finally going to fucking leave this damn school, and I didn't want her to be sad. She was one of the first students that was really nice to me when she was a sixth grader, and she's been at my school for 3 years now. She's an eighth grader now. Like, I got to watch her grow, like, personality wise, glow up a little bit, that sort of thing. And I guess as a quote unquote kind of, sort of, not really parent, it warms my heart a little bit, Like, it feels nice. But, like, I wouldn't want to put up with that. Because back when I was in school, too, I didn't want to fucking tell my teachers about anything. Nothing about what was going on at home. Not that I had a bad home life, but not about me being picked on or anything. But the thing is that my lunch ladies, they were all moms, of course. So they were keeping an eye on everybody in that lunchroom, not just to make sure that everybody's okay, but to make sure that there were, like, nobody was, trying to brew up a food fight or nothing, but to keep an eye on their favorite students, the students that are good to them. Like, if they see that one of their students is just trying to mind their business and eat their lunch, and they see a bunch of kids that they don't normally sit with go over to them and, start messing with them or whatnot, they gonna go over and they gonna say something. What are y'all doing over here? What's going on? Oh, nothing. We just talking. Well, they're trying to eat their lunch. Where are you guys' trays? Oh, we already ate. And this, that, and the third. I think y'all should go back to where y'all was sitting at and let them eat their lunch. Okay. And then they leave. That could have turned out way worse. That could have turned into a fight or something. It could have been just bad in general. And me, as a person of authority, why would I not want to do that for someone? Then they can come in the next day and let me know how I helped. Why would I not want to do that? Like, that. Why would I not want to do that? Like, fuck making the meals for the kids. Like, I'm half and half when it comes to, like, how my job affects me, really. Because, like, I don't mind. I can endure the bullshit that I deal with from him for the most part, because I get to be there for some of my students. I know that he doesn't give a fuck about them because he doesn't like kids, but me, when I look at them, I see myself sometimes. These sweet kids that just want to learn, that want to connect with people, that want to make friends, that want to figure out what they want out of life. Like, I want to help them be able to do that without anybody fucking bothering them. I want them to know that there's someone else there that actually fucking cares about them. This not just their parents. This not just the teachers that are pretending to be nice. Like, I want them to know that there's actually somebody that really fucking cares. Sure, you're not my kid. Sure, I may or may not have recognized your name, but I know your face. I know what kind of snacks you like. I know what you would normally get for lunch. I know that you're goofy as fuck and that you wear really cool accessories, that maybe we watch the same sort of anime because of some of the stuff that you brought in that you've been wearing to school. Like, I'm not weird for wanting to help a fucking child. I'm not weird for wanting to give a child a hug. The world, the way it is now, people fucking lack compassion. They don't care. I care. I'm a fucking caring person. I might not seem like it, and sure, my face might betray the way I may or may not treat other people, but I actually fucking care. Like, I care an awful fucking lot. Like, one of my kids was coming through my line and looked really, really fucking upset. And that got me upset, because I'm wondering who the fuck did this to you. Like, where the fuck are they? Like, I'm ready to fight like I'm your mom. Like, who upset you? What's going on? Oh, whoa. Somebody took this, and this from me. Do you know their name? Yeah. Alright. Since I have access to the principals, I'm going to write this person's name down. I'm going to list off these things that you told me they took from you, and I'm going to let a principal know. Whether or not the principal does something, I don't fucking know. They may just write it off or throw the paper away or whatever. But it's the fact that I did my part to try and help. Even if nothing actually comes of it, that student knows that I actually moved and did something. And even if nothing's actually done, at least I fucking tried. They know that I'm just not, blowing smoke out of my ass. oh, don't worry, baby. I'm gonna take care of that for you. I'm gonna not say some shit like that and not do anything. If you're upsetting one of my students and I can do something, I'm letting someone know. I'm not just gonna stand there like a fucking bump on a log. Like what the fuck? Just because I work for a freaking private company doesn't fucking mean that I'm just gonna stand by and be a fucking like fly on a wall when it comes to a freaking student suffering. What the hell? For me, my job is about more than me just feeding them. Like I want my students to know that I care. Like that's it. Like my job itself, fuck the actual job. Like the food, the serving, the cooking, fuck all that shit. I don't care that much. I really don't. I just do it so that I can be here. Like I enjoy seeing the kids. And I know it probably sounds weird, but like, cause people are fucking strange these damn days. Can't trust nobody around these fucking kids. But like, I just, I don't know. Like, it's just a lot. But I got off the rails again and started freaking ranting about how much I love my kids. You trying to get a burrito? Lunch ladies are fucking goats. If you can find the ones that are actually legitimately nice, lunch ladies are fucking goats. Like they really, really are. Like they really are. This is still hot. And it's early, so like everyone's still asleep. My honey's probably up now. Not sure, but he doesn't get to sleep in very often because he's a really light sleeper. And he's been making me breakfast before work every day. So I was like, I need to make my own food. I'm too spoiled. But what the hell was I saying? Yeah. So moving back just a little bit, prior to my promotion to my current status of cook, after the third cook was fired because it went from him being cool with him and them talking and having smoke breaks together because they were both gay, but the new guy was already in a relationship with someone. My manager is also in a relationship with someone, but he's very vocal about how attractive he finds other people, especially certain teachers. It's like, oh yeah, I do this, this, and this to him, and oh, he's handsome. Oh, he's so good. Oh, he's hot. And I'm just like, hmm, aren't you in a relationship? You don't see no ring, do you? I'm like, I mean, I guess not, but you're still in a committed relationship, though, right? I know that looking doesn't really mean anything, but the fact that you're so vocal about it, kind of that rubs me the wrong way. Like me, I'm in a relationship. Everybody else ugly. Everybody ugly. Nobody's beating my butt. No, nobody's beating my babe. Like whoever I'm dating, I don't see no other men. Keanu Reeves, who Leonardo DiCaprio, who freaking Miyano Mamoru, one of my favorite Japanese actors, who like you can be attractive, I can find you attractive, but my man's more attractive. Like there's nobody's more attractive than whoever I'm dating. I don't care how good looking you are. You can have everything that I find attractive and you have long hair, have a nice solid chest, a nice good solid frame. You still ain't beating my babe. You're not beating my husband. You're not beating my boyfriend. You're not beating whoever it is that I'm with. You're not beating them, hands down. No contest whatsoever. None. No contest. Like, that's it. Like, after the third guy, or the third cook, was moved or fired, I don't remember which it was, he had to cook for a while. He's used to sitting on his ass and, doing the paperwork portion of management. So he's reading emails all day, and he's reading emails and answering text messages on his personal phone, and playing Pokemon Go on his phone, and reading emails from his phone, even though he has a whole ass work computer for that, and running to the office to make copies, and taking smoke breaks, and eating 3 times a fucking day. That's what he's doing all day. So it went from him being able to sit on his fat ass all day to him having to get up to cook. He had to do the paperwork, take the inventory, order produce, order milk, order bread, go in the freezer and organize, go into the cooler and organize. He had to do so much more. He didn't have enough time to be able to just sit on his ass and text and call his mommy that works for the company also. And to be able to take fucking 6 smoke breaks a fucking day. He didn't have the luxury of doing that shit anymore because he didn't have a cook. And he was the only person in the unit with a SurfSafe license that was legally able to handle the hot food in the unit. So he devised this devious plan of asking the higher-ups if he could promote me to being his new cook. So I get called into his office. Hey, Ari, I want to talk to you about something real quick. Yeah, what's up? So, you've been working for me for a while, and this, that, and the third, and I just wanted to ask you for a favor. Favors are temporary, right? Favors are supposed to be temporary. You've been working for me a while, and you're extremely reliable, and I know I can always count on you. You have yet to let me down. You're here when I need you. That whole thing. How would you feel about becoming the cook? At first, I was like, because I've seen from the outside how demanding that shit can be. I wasn't a fan. I didn't want to do it originally. And I didn't want to do it. Something in my gut told me to not. But the thing is that cooks are directly under managers. So they're supposed to be making more. So I was like, I don't know if I can do that. I don't have a cooking license. He's like, oh, don't worry. I'll train you. So that way you don't have to worry about it. He showed me a bunch of charts, and he nitpicked. He showed me charts. He nitpicked. He complained. He fussed. And he fucking berated me. Like, I don't know what kind of training you've had to go through growing up, and all of these quote-unquote cooking jobs that you've had, that you've held since you were supposedly 14 years old, which is illegal. You can't work at 14. But I'm I I don't have a giving up type of personality. And regardless of it all, I fucking stuck with it, and here the fuck I am. Multiple inspections, multiple walkthroughs by higher ups, somebody that's second only to the owner of the fucking company we work for, getting high praises. You know, your unit is this and your unit is that, and this food is delicious, and blah blah blah. It looks so nice and it's well prepared. The presentation is nice, and this and the third. Oh, oh my god! I gotta feel this shit. Just oh, thank you so much. I really work hard here. I work hard. He's sitting chatting up these people that are above him on in the pyramid, the ladder, the scheme, whatever the fuck you want to call it, the food chain. People that are higher than him on the company food chain. He's gotta, of course, he's gotta kiss ass. While the rest of us are busting our fucking humps, making sure that this shit is ready for when the students come. If you fall short, you're getting fussed at. If you don't have enough, you get fussed at. If you have too much, you get fussed at. No, it all goes to him. He's the manager. So whatever goes right, it's all him. He's the one that gets little gift cards and little plants and cakes and sets of cupcakes and cards and everything else. Us, when anything goes wrong, it's our fault. Depending on how big the situation is, we could make it his fault. But majority of the time, he can keep it under wraps enough to where it's only us. To where it can only fall back on us. And I think about it all the fucking time. Like, every day. What the fuck would you do if I left? If I'm so dependable, you practically can't run this fucking place without me. What the fuck would you do if I decided that I wanted to fucking leave? Because you ain't gonna put nobody fucking else that works here now as the cook. I make the shit look easy. I make the shit look real easy. Extremely easy. Because I've been doing it for so long, and the way my brain works, I can find multiple ways to work with what I got. If I only got but so many hours to do this amount of stuff, I can break it up. I can do multiple things throughout that allotted amount of time and still get done what needs to be done, even if I'm cutting it close in time. And the thing is that he makes a huge deal about it. Like, oh, well, this should have been done earlier. Well, I am just one fucking person. Well, all of my other cooks did this by themselves. That was them. And also, you've told me yourself, the words came out of your fucking mouth. The cook is supposed to have someone with them to help. They're supposed to have a prep cook, as they're called. If you're standing in front of the table that is my workstation, you have the right side, which is the cook side, closest to the ovens, and you have the left side, which is the prep cook side. The cook prepares the food. The cook makes the food, prepares the dishes. The prep cook sets things up. They take the stuff out of the freezer. They put them on trays. They put them into the oven. When they come out of the oven, the cook temps the stuff to make sure that they are the proper temperature so that, they aren't undercooked. So, you don't make anybody sick. That sort of thing. The cook seasons the food to make sure that it's flavorful and that the kids will enjoy it, that sort of thing. And the cook wraps them to make sure that there is no sort of weird cross contamination or so that nothing falls into the food, potentially getting somebody's fucking kid sick, that sort of thing. I have to take everything out of the freezer. I have to prep and put these things on trays and on carts and in coolers and in everything else. I have to cook the food. I have to uh I have to cook the food. I have to season the food. I have to put the food into the proper containers to be served out of. I have to move the food to where it needs to go to be served. I have to do all of that. I have to do the work of two people. And sure, it's just one extra person, but when you have to do the work of two people to serve 600 or more students every single day, and also be on time, which I am, that's no issue, and have the food done by a certain time. And whenever we get in orders from our supplier, you can't leave any of the boxes on the floor in the freezer. Everything has to be off the floor in proper areas, even though our freezer is completely fucking packed. And I can only reach but so high because I'm fucking 5'3". And the hell do I look like running in and out of the freezer with a fucking step ladder? Like, it's sometimes it's too much. It's really too much that it makes little to no sense. I can do the work. I've done the work. I'm still doing the work of two people. And sure, I've complained. I've had meltdowns. I've gotten into heated arguments with him about feeling overworked and overwhelmed. And I've been told to get the fuck over it and to just do my job. And if I don't want to do my job, I can leave. Oh, you must not realize that I've thought about that multiple times already. I've definitely thought about leaving multiple times. No phone call, no 2 week notice, just fuck you. I'm never fucking coming back. That sort of thing. I've definitely thought about it. The very last time that I felt overwhelmed enough to verbally express how upset I felt, I was technically fired on the spot by him. I had even asked him to help me with something. Why would I be doing your job for you? I'm literally just asking you to take this stuff out of this box that's already on my table and put it on these trays so I can get it in the oven. That's all I wanted you to do, because I am currently taking something else out of the oven and putting it into containers to be served out of that I have to also take over to where they need to go. You would be saving me, a little bit of time if you just did this one thing for me. It won't even take you 5 minutes. I do it myself, but I can't. I'm not an amoeba. I can't split myself up into multiple people and do multiple things at once. I can attempt to do multiple things at once, but that's not how reality works. So I kind of just gotta work with the one body I got, and I don't want to run it ragged. Like I beat my body up on a regular basis anyway, so I I don't want to make it worse. And it developed it melted into an even bigger argument to where you know I'm physically getting like hyped up, and now I'm being called lazy and unreliable and practically stupid at this point during this argument. And in my head, all I'm hearing is all of your hard work was for fucking nothing. I don't give a fuck about how you feel. I just want you to do this. And I'm thinking, motherfucker, this is a favor. I'm doing this for you so you don't fucking have to. I'm doing this for you. I agreed to help you out. I'm on this side of this fucking table to help you. And now I'm fucking being berated? I've adjusted to this shit so fucking fast. I've asked for very little help throughout this entire process of being a cook. And now you're pretty much spitting in my face. Not actually, because if you did, I actually would be fired. You're verbally abusing me. Mind you, there are other employees in the kitchen also. It's not just the two of us. There's a maintenance man working on a sink, not even 6 feet away. I'm on the left side. I'm on the right side of the table. He's on the complete opposite side of the table, right in front of me. There's somebody over on the left side on another table working on salads, and we're going back and forth. I got angry enough I started cursing. And then, of course, him being the type of person he is, I don't know who the fuck you think you're talking to, but you ain't gonna be cursing at me. If you gonna be cursing, you gonna get the fuck out of my unit. Blah, blah, blah. This is on the third. I'm like, is that really what you want? Because you're not gonna sit here and talk to me like I'm a child. I'm 27 years old, bro. I'm no child. Children don't work. Children don't get talked to the way I get talked to. And I'm not going to put up with it. I've been putting up with you bullying me for the longest fucking time. And out of all things that I could be doing right now, this is not something I want to do. Come here, baby boy. I'm just... I let them out.
Huh?
I let them out.
Yeah.
Come here, baby boy. Get out. Ooh, be careful. Jeez. Mm-mm. It just was... I'm recording a video. There's a lot. Oh, boo. My oatmeal's cold. It was just not fair to me to be treated like that. And at that point, I got my breaking point. I honestly didn't even care if I had gotten fired or not, because I'd already dealt with it for so long already that I honestly didn't care. If you were going to fire me, you'd be shooting yourself in the foot, because you're going to have to do the work in my stead if I'm gone. And that would bring me so much satisfaction to know that you're suffering when I'm not. I know it probably sounds terrible, but that's how much I dislike him currently. He hasn't done anything to make me re-like him, I guess. I it's not fun.
We can do the pumpkin one.
No, I just did the regular one because I don't know how to open that box thing. Was that mom? Oh wait, she doesn't go to it, doesn't she? I forgot. I just really didn't care if he fired me. But lo and behold, even after that huge explosive argument where I pretty much told him "fuck you" to your face, that you need to respect me as an individual and know that when I'm telling you that I'm overwhelmed, you need to understand that and not just try to wave me off like, oh, well, you're just complaining, suck it up, that sort of thing. Evidently, it is as hard as I'm saying it is because your ass couldn't fucking do it. That's why you're having me do it, so that you don't fucking have to. And sure, I don't have to do any of the paperwork that you had to do. But currently, you, after doing me another favor and quote unquote putting in a good word for me to get my safe surge license, which, okay, that, that you didn't think I was ready for, which I also didn't study for because that shit is fucking common sense if you know the basics. Um, he didn't think I'd be ready to take the test, or the company didn't think I would be able to pass it, so they didn't want me to take the test. I think it was more so that he didn't want me to take the test, not my husband, the dumb nigga. Um, he didn't want me to take the test because I had already adjusted to the job tasks probably faster than anybody he's seen. Probably because I'm not a fucking dumbass and I'm not lazy. I actually do the work. He was trying to somehow fuck me over and getting the license, which didn't work. He gave me the little bootleg packet or whatever for studying. I looked it over. I was like, there are certain ones on here I don't know, but fuck it. I'm not studying this over fucking summer vacation. This is my fucking time. Oh well, here's the test date, and the company's paying for it. Oh, by the way, if you don't pass the test, you're gonna have to pay that money back, which is like $100 and something, and you also might lose your job. Just so you know. Okay, so you're threatening me now again. That happened before our very last argument, where we were like cursing and shouting at each other. This happened sometime earlier this year, like way earlier this year, close to the ending of last school year. Yeah, before summer vacation of last school year, this current summer. Um, got some good coffee. I passed that test, got my license, have it. Treatment hasn't changed. It's the same thing. I'm not allowed to be overwhelmed. I'm not allowed to feel anything. And I'm just supposed to bend over backwards and let him take credit for everything I fucking do. And I'm kind of tired of it. Like, I really am. Like, I love my kids. And I don't want to leave them because he's fucking terrible to them. Like, I'm surprised that he's still here at this school. If I could take over for our school, I'd do that in a heartbeat. I really would. Because he talks any old kind of way to the principals, who can report him and get him fucking kicked out of his fucking job. But apparently his high horse is so fucking tall, he really thinks he's fucking untouchable. Like, because his mommy works for the company also. She's in the same position as you, just at a different school. What makes you think that just because she works for the company that you're fucking untouchable? Like, how the fuck does that make sense? Like, come on now. I'm gonna go sit at the table. I've been standing like this whole time. My oatmeal's cold. My oatmeal's cold. I don't know. I don't know what I'd want to do as a new job, really. I have, like, no clue. My honey suggested, like, Bath and Body Works, because I don't love people. Like, I kind of don't like humanity in general anymore, because people are just fucking terrible these days. But, like, I want to be able to help people. I want to provide a service. Like, that's the type of person I am. I'm a giver, I guess. Like, that's what I want to do. I know I keep bouncing all over the place, but I can't help it. It's what it's like having this stupid brain condition. No, I don't have a burrito. I only got oatmeal and coffee. That's all I got. That's all I got. That's all I got. Otis. I'm sorry. I don't know. Like, I thought maybe he'd finally decided to do something nice for me when he suggested the whole manager training thing. But I should have known better. I initially said no to that too. Because he had told me a while ago that they're the smaller schools, the elementary schools, that the cook and the manager are the same position. Or it's one person that does both. Which, I mean, I didn't mind it. Well, not that I've done it before, but...
Hey, Heidi's. I sat back.
Babies. I don't know. He suggested the training, and then because we'd gotten another new employee, they were supposed to be my prep cook. And it was fine at first. He'd been in for about an entire week. And then he brought up manager training because this new guy that just started He's got like 7+ years of cooking experience, and he also has manager experience and this, that, and the third. And he'd be like my perfect replacement. Of course, he didn't explicitly say that, but that's exactly what I took it as. That's why you're kind of, spit shining them for me when you're explaining who they are. Oh, well, like I don't get a name. All I know about this dude is that he's got all this food experience and that he's way better than me. That's all I got from what you told me. That's all I got. And then dude shows up, and of course he's also fat, and he just starts complaining. Oh, these sinks aren't the right temperature. These are running cold, which means that people aren't washing their hands enough. Meanwhile, your fingernails aren't looking the cleanest, sir. And on top of that, you kind of smell like smoke, like you just puffed a couple before you came in, and that smile of yours could use some work. Sure, mine isn't exactly the best either. Be a little tinted over here, but I ain't grinning with no broken chops though. It isn't really kid friendly. You kind of look like a creep. I'm not even gonna lie. A lot of very wiry, not very well kept looking facial hair, and just he seemed not very I'm here to actually get the work done type personality because he has all this experience. And I mean, he also tried to uh he's also trying to like low key challenge me also by like asking me questions. Like, oh well, how do you guys do things here? And this, that, and the third, and oh well, I thought you did it like this. Well, we do sometimes, but not always. Depends on what we got going on, that sort of thing. And he was cool for the first week, but I'm guessing that was just him playing nice. So he was with the company for about a week. He's still currently employed, as far as I know. He said during his interview that he had a day where he couldn't work, which was 2 Fridays ago, by the way. The week he's supposed to come back after that Friday he had off, he just happened to get bronchitis with a doctor's note, right? And he was out all last week. And guess what? He was supposed to come back at some point last week. No, he didn't. Last week, his second week of employment with the company, I was supposed to start my manager training. The thing is that the Thursday the Thursday before he took that Friday off. No, yeah. So that week that he took that Friday off, that Wednesday, I got in the news that my mom passed away. I, of course, was initially planning on going into work. I did for the day after because I wasn't feeling anything really. But my honey suggested that I take the weekend to rest. And so I took my 3 days of grief leave. And then the week after, he took his Friday off. I get back to work. I also got sick over the weekend. So I came into work. Wasn't feeling the best. Still sick. He's still out. He has not come back to work yet. So this is the week I'm supposed to start my manager training. And he's still out. So I wasn't supposed to be cooking during that week that I was supposed to be doing my manager training. He was supposed to be cooking for me because he knows how to do that sort of thing. He knows his temperatures. He knows this. He knows that. And if he has any questions, he can just ask me because it's not hard. He hasn't been to work in 2 weeks. 2 fucking weeks. This man has not been to work. 2. He hasn't even been working for the company a whole fucking month yet. But he has doctor's notes, so it's okay. Doctor's notes, my fucking foot. I bet you them shits is fake. Oh, it's bronchitis. You never know. He just happened to get bronchitis after having 1 day off, right? And he's been sick as a dog for 2 whole weeks. He was supposed to come back yesterday. But guess what? No, he didn't. He's supposed to be back on Monday now. His doctor's note said that he could return to work on Thursday, which means that by proxy, he should have been back to work on Thursday, which he wasn't. And most definitely had brought his ass to work on Friday, which he did not. So I'm really wondering what's going on with that. And on top of him not being able to fill in for me cooking, I'm stuck back cooking. I've gotten about 5 pages of notes for my manager training. And now that shit has hit a dead end. It's gone quiet. The person that was supposed to be training me, they're out sick. The second person that could train me is on vacation. I've been asking about it. Well, do you know what's going on with my manager training? I haven't heard anything, so I don't know. You aren't gonna ask? Shoot some emails. That's what you like doing, right? Shoot some emails. Ask about your cook's manager training. You dumb bitch. Like, this is why I wanted to transfer. We got new employees. We have new employees, right? You hired on some new people. Move me. I don't want to be in this school with him anymore. I really don't. I'm tired of being around him. It's not good for my health. Like, I've literally had stress headaches in the past dealing with him, being around him every day, even when he's not going out of his way to do anything to bother me. Just the fact that I know that he's within a certain proximity of me, and that he says the smallest bullshit to me, it bothers me to no end. I always do what I need to do. It always gets done. Whatever I need to do, that shit gets done. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Without fail, my work is always fucking done. It's not done the way you want it to be done, but the fact of the matter is that it's done. And it's done right. I'm not cutting corners. I'm not cheaping out. Sure, I'm going to do it a different way because that's the way that's most comfortable for me. I'm not going to do it your way because if you want to do it your way, you can do it. I'm going to do it my way because it's easier for me to do. I have ADHD, bro. I gotta be particular and anal about the things that I fucking do and how I do them. Because if I don't, my shit, it's like somebody throws that shit off a fucking cliff. And obviously, if you throw some shit off a fucking cliff, it's gonna be near the fucking possible to get that shit back. But sometimes my body has this weird thing that it does where whatever there will be a certain amount of things that it tosses off a cliff that it has a fucking bungee cord attached to. So they might toss that shit a couple miles out, and then before you know it, that shit comes, slings right the fuck back. Not when I expected it to, but it definitely fucking comes back. Not always, but it does sometimes. It depends on how I'm feeling. Not always. Sometimes my brain just tosses that shit and it's gone. I don't always get it back. It sucks, but that's the way it is, and it's different for everybody. Some people have it way worse than me. Like they can barely function. I can function. It's not it's not the best kind of way to function, but I can function. High function actually, but still, it's it's not fun. And I'm trying my best, but there's still just only so much I can do being one person. And I'm not trying to use it as an excuse because I can't. I don't have it bad enough to where I can't function or like I need all kinds of ABC medicines and this, that, and the third to be able to just live my life normally. Just like anyone else, I can live my life the way I want. It's just when I'm trying to do certain things, I get distracted easily. Even when I'm ranting, how many different times did I go off on a tangent talking about something else that wasn't about the main topic, which is my shit about work? I've gone off on tangents talking about how I feel about the kids, how I feel about my job, not just the job itself. Like it was like, what, 3, 4, 6, 8 different times I've gone off and talked about something else and forgot what the fuck I was even talking about. And that's how it is every day for me. But I can't get a good spot without light shining on me. You done with those chips? It's just, it sucks. I'm sure I could probably get some kind of meds to maybe help or something, but meds haven't helped me and I don't know how long. I don't think they're going to help me now. They haven't helped me in the past. They've only ever made me tired, really. And the last time I took meds for my ADHD was in middle school. And it went from me having too much energy to having new energy. And currently, as an adult, I am teetering between low energy and functioning, which is like maybe a half full battery for myself. Sometimes I get a second wind and I can auto recharge and my battery feels full. So I can get a lot more done. I'm moving faster. I'm in a better mood. It feels that way. Like I kind of feel like a zombie sometimes. I'm just like getting up, doing my tasks, trying to keep myself focused on what I need to do, and then I just try to keep myself awake. Not that I have lots of downtime to keep myself, that I need to keep myself awake. It's just a lot of things to think about, which is the norm. Because the way my brain works is that you'll have like, say you got a plate or a circular table with a glob of paint or like a fistful of paint in the very middle. The middle is my brain, right? So I'll take a paintbrush and I'll draw a line or I'll make a line once. That'll be for me getting up for work. And then there'll be 2 more lines coming out of that first line. That's me thinking about if I should eat breakfast or not. Or what am I going to do as soon as I get into work? Should I brush my teeth? That's another line. Should I not brush my teeth? That's another line. Did I pull out my clothes for work last night? That's another line. What's today's color for work again for my uniform? That's another line. Every time I ask myself a question, my thought splits in 2. Every time I ask myself a question, it splits. Whenever I'm asked a question, it splits into like 4 because I'm thinking of different answers. Oh, well, why didn't you do this? And then one response could be, why the fuck didn't you fucking do it? Why are you asking me? I did it, it's just not done this way. Or I did it and it's already done, I was just letting you know. That sort of thing. It's hard to keep something that's constantly moving around organized. Like a kid, my brain is literally a child with a lot of energy. It's constantly jittering around and moving all the time. I'm surprised I don't feel my fucking brain pulsing and scratching at the inside of my skull every fucking day. Because sometimes that's what it feels like. Not physically, but spiritually, I guess?
Mentally.
Is it mentally? Yeah, that's what it feels like mentally. You just got that glob of paint in the middle of a table, and every time you think about something, 2 to 4 lines spring out of the middle of it, shooting off in different directions, and then lines upon lines upon lines shoot off of every single long line, starting from the middle. And I'm supposed to somehow gather up all of this extra paint from the outer edges of the table and gather it back to the middle and keep it together. It's impossible. I'm going to get paint all over myself, and it's just going to make a bigger mess. So, what I've kind of sort of been practicing doing since like high school is running on top of all these lines, all of these bridges that are pretty much made from all these lines. Like, oh, I need to study for, math, or I need to study for science. I can study, I can also listen to music. But what if I get distracted by the music and then I'm not studying? I have developed a way of keeping my brain in one area and keeping my thoughts separate. For the most part. Sometimes it fails, but majority of the time, I can keep it together enough to be able to function well enough. I will let my mind wander, and I will physically be doing something. Like when I'm at work, I have the front and center thought, which is the current tasks, right? And then my body is physically focused on that main task. Everything else, all over the place. What am I going to do after work? What time should I take my break? When should I call my honey? What are we going to have for dinner? Am I going to eat breakfast tomorrow? Are we going to go to the mall? Are we going to go to the Are we going to go to Target? Is it going to be nice today? Is it going to rain? All of these other things I'm thinking about are literally in the back of my mind, but the back of my mind is always buzzing, and it's constantly beating on the back door of my main thought. They're like a bunch of attackers, and they're constantly trying to break through the wall of my main focus. You got all of these questions, all of these other thoughts, constantly trying to get through to my main thought and become the center of attention. Well, why is that over there? Why is this here? Why didn't they do this? Why didn't they do that? And trying to keep myself centered with that main focus is an intense struggle. But majority of the time, I can keep a good handle on it. But throughout the day, it wears down. That protective wall that keeps that main thought safe, it gets weaker over time, especially depending on my current mental state. If I'm left alone and I can, keep myself focused on my main task without any distractions, nobody's talking to me, nobody's, like no one's bugging me. No one's asking me questions, nobody's around me, nobody's standing and staring at me watching what the fuck I'm doing. I can keep myself together. I can function somewhat normally. But when I'm being badgered and asked questions and pulled away from my main task, that wall gets weaker. I might forget what the fuck I was doing. I might have forgot what I was going to do next. And it goes from being an unbreakable wall for the most part to think of it like a marshmallow, but when the marshmallow is completely together, you can't get through it. Every time I'm pulled away, it's like somebody is slowly pulling apart the marshmallow. But it's not a regular marshmallow, it's like a roasted marshmallow. Because like when you pull a roasted marshmallow apart, it has like little strings and everything, like in the very middle when you're pulling it apart really slow. Or like a cheese pull. It's like one of those. You pull it apart and there's all these little like webbings and lines on the inside. That's what it's like when I get distracted from what I'm trying to do at work. Or in general. When I'm not at work, it's a bit easier on me because I don't have to think about main tasks. I can just let my brain rot in fucking peace. And I don't have to worry about anybody pestering me about stuff that I need to do. It's just me and my thoughts. Like if I want to like loaf and not do shit all day, I could do that. I'm an adult. My bills are on auto pay for a reason. Because sometimes I'll fucking forget. So the more important ones are on auto pay. The only one that isn't is my phone bill. And that's why I get text notifications to remind me when my bill is due, which sometimes I'll swipe that shit away and then I'll forget. And then I go to call someone and I'm just like, oh shit, I didn't pay my phone bill. And then boom, gotta go pay that. It's it's a struggle. I'd say I have a pretty decent handle on it. And there are some people that have it way worse than me, to where they may need additional help or medications or whatever to be able to function half as well as I can with just the almost 10 years of practice I've had since like middle school. I'm not trying to downplay anybody else's struggles when it comes to this, but like, I don't know. It's it's not helpful when I'm already trying my hardest to just do the bare minimum, which is what's expected of me, not just as an adult, but as like a worker. I just, it's hard. It's a lot, and like I have my peeps, but this isn't like I have like my friends in like real life that I talk to, but I don't talk to anyone about like my ADHD at all, because I mean it's just like it's a cardboard box of things really, because I'm pretty sure when you mention ADHD to anyone, they're just like, oh, that hyperactive thing? Doesn't that just mean you have like a whole lot of energy and is that in the third? It's more than that. And I know one other person who has it. Hers is way worse than mine. Like she can't even work. like she can't function, and I feel for her because she has like kids. She has kids, and her ADHD is worse than mine. And I mean, when I think of her, I know it's gonna sound like kind of terrible, but like I'm thankful that mine isn't as bad as hers, because I couldn't imagine me not being able to function enough that I can't even take care of myself. Like she's doing better now, but back when we first met, like it was pretty bad for her, and I felt terrible. But I couldn't do anything to help. Like she lives pretty far from me, but if she were here, like I'd do what I could to help her. But I just send my moral support because we're online friends. But I don't know. Life crazy. I I'm pretty sure I got to like my main point for this life update. I know I wasn't planning on giving myself a time limit for this at all. So my life update videos are very short, and there are some that are long as fuck because I rant. I just I let my brain do what it do. The main focus was to talk about how I felt about work because it just felt as if I needed to get it off my chest. I've talked to people I know about it. My parents-in-law, they don't feel the best about it because they knew from the start I was gonna get fucked over. I wasn't taking it seriously because I already knew I was gonna get fucked over. Also, like I was just gonna randomly decide to train me as manager because I said yeah. I also didn't bring this up. I never said I wanted to be a manager anywhere. I never mentioned to him at all that I wanted to try and transfer to a different school to get the fuck away from him. I did all that in secret. I emailed above him to ask about a transfer. I didn't ask him about it. I didn't mention it to him at all. I've never talked about leaving the company at all around him, towards him, not even to anybody at work. Because we all have moments where we tell him about stuff that makes no sense. Majority of the time, I avoid him when I can because I just don't want to be bothered with him. I still keep it cordial, but I hate him. I really am not a fan of this particular person's existence. I really do not like them. It has nothing to do with his sexual orientation. It's just him as an individual. I don't like him. His attitude is terrible. His jokes are not funny. His personality qualities are fucking ass. And he's just not a good person. And I can't believe I was dumb enough to think that he was cool. Not even cool, just cool, I guess. Like he was alright back in the day. If only my dumb ass decided to keep it professional, I could maybe leave with some semblance of my dignity intact. At this point, to hell with it, really. I'm a lot more aggressive in my approach. Like, I'm not gonna keep putting up with just being, like, roped around. If you want me to do this favor, to continue doing this favor, I'm going to do it my way. If you don't like it, tough titty. As long as it's getting done, that's all you need to be concerned about. If I'm not getting this so called promotion, that you've already made like a big hoop and hurrah about. Oh well, I guess now is the time for congratulations. Ari's gonna become a manager. She's starting her training. I'm only gonna be training her for 2 weeks, and then she's gonna be training at the new location. It's been 2 weeks, and you're talking to me about meals for your school still. Why, if I'm supposed to be becoming a manager at a different location, probably the same menu, but smaller student count, completely different location. You're not the boss there. I'm supposed to be being the boss there. Why are you talking to me about meals for your school? Like I'm still gonna be here. You fucked me. You fucked me. Like, I know you did. You fucked me over. And I know it was a fact from the giddy up. You were talking up this new employee because of all this experience he had. I'm just like, So you found someone to replace me. I hope they can handle it. I hope that if and when this person ever decides to fucking show up here, that they have as much endurance as I do when it comes to dealing with your bullshit. Because honestly, if the company welcomed in anybody my age to the company and stuck them with him, they're not staying. They gonna cuss him the fuck out and then they walking out that door. They ain't gonna stay for 3 years and deal with that. They're not. Cause guess what? They're gonna be able to say, look, fuck you. I can literally work anywhere the fuck else. I ain't gotta stay here. I ain't putting up with your bullshit. I'm fucking out. Peace, nigga. Like, they will leave. They will leave. They will not look back and they will not care. I'd kill to be able to fucking do that right now. Because the cons outweigh the pros. My cook raise that I was supposed to get, he fucked me over on that. I got 35 cents as a raise for becoming a cook, for getting my cooking license. I was supposed to at least get $1, an entire dollar, at least bare minimum $1 for becoming a cook. I got 35 cents. 35 cents. And you know why? Because X amount of months ago, like my husband was looking for work, and I was like, "Hey, why don't you apply to my job?" Oh yeah, sure. Why the fuck not? I hate kids, but shit, I can do it. I have experience, not cooking experience, but I have stocking experience. I have military experience. Why the fuck wouldn't they hire me? They do. And me, like a dumbass, I had them on my social media. Just one, just my Facebook. I don't post as much as I used to on my Facebook. But of course, I'm in a happy relationship. I talk about my relationship online. And of course, him being nosy, hey Ari, we're supposed to be getting a new employee in. He has the same name as your boyfriend. Um, you guys aren't dating, are you? I lied. I'm like, no, it's not my boyfriend, but they have the same name. I'm like, it's a common Spanish name. I don't know. Like, people can have the same first and last name. Like Ricardo Diaz, it's pretty common. It's pretty common. Uh, it's pretty fucking common. Uh, oh well, okay. And of course, he's extremely nosy. So he starts poking around on Facebook, and then he comes into work. And of course, he's kind of just, you know, eyeballing them, this, that, and the third. And he pretty much pins it immediately. You lied to me. You know this is a conflict of interest, right? He can't work here. So, how is this a conflict of interest if we're dating? I don't have any kind of power in this company. I can't get him a raise. The only thing I can do is tell him what to do. Hey, I want you to sweep this area. I want you to mop this. I want you to take this over here. That's about all I can do. I can't give him no special treatment. I ain't got no power. The only person that can give anybody any kind of special treatment is you. You the one in charge. Like what? It's a conflict of interest. You should have told me y'all were dating. The fact that you lied to me, you know, that just I just feel so disrespected. I can't believe you would do something like that. I can't believe that you felt the need to lie. How did you find out I was lying? I didn't understand why it was a problem either. I think what it was is that he tried to get his man hired for the company, and the company said no. And it could be because his man couldn't keep a job, and that's probably why they decided to not hire him. Maybe. I don't know. That's what my guess is. Because, I mean, why would you want to work for a school if you can't keep a job? That's my question. But of course, he couldn't keep it to himself. He brings it to the attention of one of the higher ups, specifically the higher up that interviewed him. And he did mention that he knew me, that we were close. Not that we were dating, that we were close. And she personally put him at my school because we could carpool. Because, you know, we're close. So if I'm always on time and the new hire is always on time, why would you not want that? And obviously, with his military experience, he has good credibility. He's dependable. Technically, he's a fucking veteran. Why would you not want military personnel on your roster of employees? That would only be good for you. But after she found out, she just totally flipped the script. They're dating. They're dating? Oh no, I'm firing him on the spot. Firing him on the spot for what? He didn't do anything. He'd only been working for the company a few days. She literally, physically came to my school to give him the boot. She actually came, which she never does for any kind of reason unless she absolutely has to, does not leave her fucking office unless she absolutely has to. She felt the need to show off so badly that she had to come down and personally fire him. So, you know, she comes in, pulls him into the back. They shut the office door and they have a little discussion and everything. And oh, well, we can't have you working here. Instead of moving him to a different location where we're not in the same school, they just fired him outright. And he's supposedly banned from working for the company as a whole at all. For what? Like, did y'all really feel that bothered that you had to completely ban him from working for the company at all? You couldn't just move him to a different school? Like, he had to come here, and since he can't work here, he can't work for the company at all. It just sounds like this might be. I don't want to play the race card, but it kind of seems like y'all might be, trying to make this a race issue. Because I don't know that many people in the company, but literally down the lane over at the high school, you had a mom working with her kid. And at this school, you have someone's son as a manager, and his mom is a manager at a different school. There were married couples that work in the same fucking school. But my boyfriend, now fiance, can't work in the same school as me? I'm not even a manager. But him working for the company as a whole is just a huge issue. He's always been on time. He's done exactly what he's asked and then some. Gone above and beyond. Done extra work. And hasn't been hovering around me. While in his short time for working for the company. So I'm confused as to why he needed to go so bad and so fast. And I think what the real reason was is that my manager couldn't talk to me any kind of way that he wanted to because he knew that my boyfriend was literally on the opposite side of the wall. He wasn't in the kitchen where I was. He's working at a different station on the opposite side of the wall. Behind all these ovens and these steam tables and this large fryer and these ovens, he's on the other side of that wall. And you can't come in here and harass me for no fucking reason. Because even if his hearing is going in and out, we're very close. He can feel when I'm not comfortable. And best believe in his short amount of time that he was working for the company, those were probably the most peaceful couple weeks I had working for the company. Not being constantly bothered and questioned about what I'm doing, how I'm doing it. He didn't bother me at all. And when it came to talking to him, he also couldn't talk to him any old kind of way. Not even the fact that he's been in the military, it's just the fact that he is another man. You can't talk to another man the way you talk to the women that you work with. You just can't. Not unless you want to get your shit pushed in. Because if you were any man with any size balls, if you hear another man disrespecting your lady, the fuck you gonna do? You gonna stand there? Or is you gonna say something to him? Give him some kind of look like, bro, what the fuck you doing? You better watch your tone or some shit. Or you just gonna stand there? Well, we're at work and I don't want to risk my job. No. He kept his fucking mouth shut. There was one day during his 2-week notice that my manager asked for after he just had to get him fired. Oh, well, even though he's fired on the spot technically, can I at least keep him for 2 weeks so that you can find me a replacement? Oh, I guess you can keep him for 2 weeks. Everything was very tense for those 2 weeks. And he left me alone. Because it was petty. It was extremely petty. He was just jealous. Because I'd always talked about how spoiled I was. How my honey treats me. How he cooks for me. How well he makes me feel as a person. And he doesn't have that in his relationship. So he was extremely jealous. And majority of my time in the company, I wasn't with anyone. The person that had originally gotten me my job at this company used to work for the company. It was someone that I'd broken up with right before I got hired. He told me that the company was hiring. I was like, yeah, I need a job. Sure, I'll go for it. Got hired. And the thing is that we weren't broken up when I first started. We had broken up within my first month of working for the company. It wasn't because I worked there that I broke up with him. We had a falling out. And of course, my ex at the time started acting different, and then he ended up getting transferred out to a different school. Didn't have anything to do with me, but even though he had been working at my current school before I'd even started working for the company, he had gotten rid of him pretty fast after I started. Not sure why. I guess he had somebody new to pick on or something. I don't know. Damn, this coffee good. He during my honey's 2 weeks, there was one time that he actually felt ballsy enough, or I guess he thought that he wouldn't be able to hear. Uh, he had decided that he wanted to try and start an argument with me for whatever reason. I forget what it was even about. Hmm. But he came into the kitchen and started bombarding me with a bunch of questions. And I was just trying to wave him off. I'm trying to end the conversation because I'm busy. I'm trying to work and you're bothering me. And it went from him trying to berate me with questions to my honey peeking around the corner into the kitchen, and then my manager shutting right the fuck up. He saw him peeking into the kitchen and shut the fuck up immediately. He just shut up and went back in his office. Like, bro, why? Why did you feel the need to try and why did you feel the need to try something? Like, I'm not saying that you gotta be scared as shit of my man or nothing, but did you really think you'd be able to keep bullying me while he's still working here? Like, really? And it was extremely petty. I just, I don't know. I know it happened like a while ago, but sometimes I still feel upset about it because we've had such bad luck since that happened, and I honestly blame him for it. I honestly blame him. I just, mm. I was gonna say something else. Forgot what it was. Coffee. I I Yep, it's off the cliff again. Shit's gone. I forget. Yeah, that shit's gone. I just don't know what to do. I feel like I'm at a dead end. I'm just pacing in a circle. I get up, I go to my stupid job, I do my stupid job tasks, try to wait out the rest of the shift, and then I come home, dread getting up the next morning, do the same thing. Over and over and over again. I used to at least find it a bit more worthwhile when I was working register because I'd get a break from my coworkers and him where it's just me, the money, and the kids. And that was it. It'd only be like 15 minutes. So 30. It'd be about 45 minutes. Not straight, but just 45 minutes of me interacting with the kids and not have to worry, not having to worry about anything. Just me and the kids. Me selling them snacks. Them saying hi. Them telling me about their day. Them giving me the local, the middle school gossip. That's about it. That was all. And I can't even have that anymore now. I mean, I like kids, but I'm not sure if I'd have the patience for a daycare. Because daycares are extremely chaotic and very messy. Like, very, very messy. Very messy. And sure, I'm not the neatest person in the world by any means, but I don't think I could work in a. I don't think I could work in a daycare. I don't even think I could trust myself working in a high school either. Because high schoolers these days, bunch of fucking weirdos. That, and I don't think my honey will want me to work in a high school either. Because I'm very youthful looking, and he doesn't want me to like get hit on by any high schoolers. And I'm not trying to unintentionally catch no charges either. A middle school or elementary school, perfect ground. Way too fucking young. Plus, it's normally the girls that are nicer anyway. The boys are just always trying to, you know, ooh, can I get some chips for the free ski? Like, they're just trying to get free shit. I've only done it a handful of times anyway, and that was only because I thought I was leaving. Which I guess I'm not. So the company lost like, I don't know, $10 worth of chips. Oh well. If I was still on register, I'd do it again, because fuck them. But, I don't know. I need to actually like buckle down and try to find something that I think would be better for myself. I wouldn't mind working at a liquor store, honestly, because liquor stores just seem very chill. Plus, I'd get to like learn about like alcohol and stuff. That'd be fun, probably. Or Bath and Body Works, get that 40%, 40% discount on them candles. I mean, he said nothing but a word. I think I need an alcohol license for that. That, and I don't think, I could be wrong, but I don't think bartenders make an hourly wage. I think they only work for tips. And I am not trying to shake my ass for tips, because if I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna just go back to OnlyFans. I'll just go back to OnlyFans if I'm trying to work for tips. I think I have like a tiny bit more self-confidence now, so it might be a little bit better for like OnlyFans, but no. We already talked about that. Nah, not happening. Nah. I don't know. I need to find something. I don't want to do 4 years with this company. Maybe I'll try and take a break, do something part-time. Hell, I'd even work at a fucking grocery store again. Just something else. Where I never have to fucking see his ass again. I already blocked him off Facebook. Like, I shouldn't have added him at all. He hasn't mentioned anything about it, because we didn't really talk on Facebook at all. I think it was more so just for him to, like, keep, like, tabs on me. He never really reacted to any of my stuff either. Just the occasional snarky little comment or whatever on, like, photos that I'd, like, upload. But that was about it. Which I wasn't really a fan of. Because I had like a lot of lurkers on my old Facebook. People that I thought actually wanted to like talk to me. No. They just wanted to watch. See what I'm doing, how I'm doing, who I'm doing it with, that sort of thing. Nah. I'm not into that. Yeah, and then there's this whole you can't talk about the company on social media. Sure, I don't talk about the company on social media. But if I'm talking about a company on social media, you don't know what company I'm talking about. Because I ain't mentioning no fucking names, you know? I could be talking about fucking PepsiCo for all you know. All you know is that it's a school and there's a private company. And somebody does their research and decides to poke around and find out what kind of company it is or a potential name. That's on them. You know? Like, I can't control what people do online. People can do whatever they want. It's a free country. That was a good stretch. Heh. It's hot. I'm like, I don't know. I'm just like at a loss, I guess. Because I don't know what I should do. I don't know anyone that works a job that I would probably want to work that could maybe, you know, like put in a good word for me or whatever. In my area, anyway. Like if I could work with Nelly, I would. But you know, you out the way, so that ain't happening. Uh, I don't know. I still gotta find my pop a new job, but I don't want anything too tasking for him either because he's fucking old. I don't know. Maybe I will apply for Bath and Body Works. Maybe start part time. Use that and use that side money for what's it called? For trips, vacations and whatnot. The occasional running away to a very luxurious Airbnb. I love Target too, but like I guess they just don't like me aside from being a customer because I've applied like 3 times. We've decided to go with other candidates. We're no longer hiring. Dead phone line. No one can pick up your call right now. Like, I'm getting turned away. Like, I want to fucking work. Like, I want to work at Target. It's fucking Target. Target makes bank. Oh my god. Too extreme. Shit. Like, Target employees? Guap. Guap they making over there. I'm trying to make some guap. I make 16 right now. 16? 16 ain't nothing to sniff at. But I could be making more if I'm at Target though. And they probably are gonna fuck me over on a damn promotion. Exactly. Like, bro, I wanna get paid to like shop. The fuck? Oh my god. Like, I'd do shift if I had a freaking like if I was actually like if it wasn't gonna be winter soon for the summer, I'd do shift. Put some air in my tires, get in some exercise. If I could get like a nice carry case for the back of my bike, put some air in my tires, start delivering some old folks fucking groceries. Make some money on that. Shit. I just don't know how the fuck I, set that up on my taxes, but shit, I'd do that. Deliver some groceries? Why the fuck not? If I was good at housekeeping, I'd fucking do that shit part-time or something. Anything to just get away from him. Ah, I fucking hate it. Jeez. I'm frustrated. I'm frustrated. I don't know what to do. I know I'm being dramatic, I'm sorry. I don't know what to do anymore. Like, if I get fired, get fired. I would much rather fucking quit. I don't think I've ever gotten. Have I been fired from a job? Not that I can remember. I don't think I've ever been fired. No, I was fired once. It was from a warehouse, though. Fucking temp agency. It was a warehouse. Over some bullshit. Also. Not gonna go off on a tangent on that, because fucking cares. It's a fucking warehouse where we freaking packaged freaking Country Crock. Like, the big tubs of Country Crock. Is it a warehouse where you put those in boxes to be taped up and shipped out to stores? I'm putting the shit in the boxes. Like, shit wasn't hard. It was just cold as fuck in there. Just thinking about it's making me cold. Shit. But, literally, I don't even care anymore. Even if I'm not talking to anybody, I'll be a bank teller. Shit. If I can take my time and count the money, get me in there. Like, just anything. It was only from that, and I didn't even put that on my resume. I wasn't even there for 2 months. I was there for like a month and some change. Every other job that I had, the actual ones that I stayed at for like a good while, left them shits. Like, 2-week notice, that shit. Except the dry cleaner. Left that shit day of. Because that shit was terrible. When I first started it, and I met my mom, like my work mom, when she owned her store, you were like this. Like, that's my mom. I need to go have lunch with her soon, too. One of the days I have off next week, I gotta call her and see if she wants to go grab some Wendy's or something. Her name is Wendy, too. It's pretty funny. But yeah, I miss my mom. I need to go see her. I haven't talked to her in a good while. I talked to her like a week ago because she called me. It's been a while since we talked. But she's doing good, which is good for me. I was a little worried about her. Because the store that she used to own, that I used to work in, she sold it to someone, and that person fucked it over. And it's gone now. It's not owned by the new owner anymore. It's completely closed down. It's just sitting there. I have so many good memories with that place, though. Like, if I had the power and the money to take that store, not to turn it back into a dry cleaner, but to turn it into something else, I fucking would. And I'd hire my mom to work for me. I really would. I want it to be like a cute little cafe or something. It's beside a fucking, it's across the street from a Rite Aid, and it's beside a car wash and detailing place. Come over for some coffee or something, get some drinks, and then go walk across the street and get your car detailed. Yeah. Like, oh my god. I don't know. I'm holding out for something better. I just don't know what. I'm just. ugh, I don't know. Right? I was upset about it too. But I'm kind of glad that the dude that bought her store from her is fucking failing. Because fuck that guy. He promised us fucking raises and let us keep our hours that we were all working already. We were supposed to be making more money. Nope. Wanted us to work more hours. Same amount of money. But not at the store that we were all already used to going to. We all gotta go to different places. Work these weird ass hours. Get up earlier. Nigga, no. I put up with that shit for a couple months. Think a year? Nah. Nah. First of all, you lied to me. I was supposed to get a $2 raise, like you said. And that's why I decided to let you hire me. Lie. Had to spend more money just to get to work. Just for you to, oh, well, we're already done for the day, so you can go home early. Which means that I'm making less money, but you want me to come in earlier. Nah. You can keep that. No. Now, I don't know, just. I don't know. I just. Mm. Mm. I'm not out of things to talk about, but like. My main point is over with, and I'm really just like ranting now. Venting my frustrations, which is healthy. But I don't do it as often as I should. I do with my honey, but sometimes I feel like it's not enough. I gotta tell everybody. uh, maybe I will look into how to open like a drink joint. If I could make Black and Boba a reality, I actually would. It could always be like a summertime thing I do. If I get the proper licensing, pick up only though. I don't know. I'm probably gonna end the stream soon though. This life update has been very long. I love y'all though for listening to me rant and whatnot. It's been nice. I bought a new game. It has I believe I should be able to stream it from what I read online because it has music from one of my favorite online bands. It's called the Living Tombstone. Fire music. Fire. Bangers. Good shit. And I think it's a horror game. Not flat out horror, but I think it's a horror puzzle game. And it looked interesting and I liked the premise, so I decided to get it. It was also so I got it on sale. My husband's rubbing off on me now. Like I went from maybe buying games like twice a year to getting other games like on sale because they seem interesting. I probably gonna play that later. Not sure what time. I'm probably just gonna go take a walk for a little while. Clear my foggy head. And probably come back and play some Splatoon or something for a little while, listen to some music, clear my head even more. Music makes the wall strong. um, I probably play that later. It's not a spooky Saturday. It's over. It's for October only. But I'm gonna beat this game I've never played before, and I don't know how long it'll take me, but and I'm not gonna promise that I'm gonna play it multiple times a week because I'm not down for promising stuff that I can't deliver on. I'm not that type of person. If I say I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do it. Um, but I'll probably just play that a bit later today. Hopefully, y'all drop by for that. Because you know I'ma love to see y'all there. But, I guess I'ma go. I'm gonna reheat my breakfast. And, I'm gonna go enjoy my Sabbath day. Y'all have a good Sabbath day also. It went from being just about 11 o'clock. It's like closing in on 1:30. It's been like 2 hours. Me just talking my fucking ass off. Why haven't y'all told me to shut the fuck up yet? Do y'all like me that much? Really? Oh goodness. Anyways, if like you decided to like put me on as like background noise or something, or you were actually like chilling with me the whole time, lurker or not, I appreciate you. I would just, appreciate some likes, and I'm gonna go and hug my honey. So I'm gonna catch y'all later was the stokes for the stream. So keep an eye out for it. I love y'all's. Bye. Bye.